Yo, what's up, yo? Welcome back to this new video on the channel. As you can tell by the title and thumbnail, yes, we are gonna be cutting our own hair. And don't worry, because I'm actually a barber on the side, so I know how to cut hair. But I'm gonna show you guys how I do that, and if you wanna do it yourself, I'm also gonna give some little tips, like a rundown of how you do it. And as you can tell, we need a cut, because normally I do it every 2 weeks, but I've been lacking a little bit with it, so we actually also need a cut, and I'm going to show you guys how I do that. So without more further ado, let's get into it straight away. Let's go. Alright, so everything you need to cut your hair is a clipper, which is like the most important part, together with some guards. Then we got a comb, also very important, a water spray bowl, or you can just wet your hair, but a water bottle is nice. A cape, because not all the hairs are gonna fall on you. Of course, some scissors. This is not mandatory, but a little thing you can brush the hairs away. And some little hair clips. And also, very important right here, the mirror, so you can actually see the back of your head. Well, and by the way, if you're wondering why I'm not wearing a shirt, it's a heat wave going on and it's way too hot to put a shirt on, so I'm sorry if you don't like to see it, but we're gonna put the cape on any second now, so don't worry. Alright, so the first step, which is maybe the most important step, is make sure there are not any products in your hair. So I'm gonna do that right now and get all the product out, because you don't want any product in your hair when you go cut your hair. So I'll see you guys in a bit.
A few moments later.
Alright, so as you can see, my hair is wet, so we actually don't need to use a water bottle no more, because it's already wet to put the product out. So now the first thing you're gonna do is put on the cape, because you don't want any hairs to stick to yourself, because it's gonna itch like crazy. I can already tell you that. And then you're gonna comb out your hair so everything is as straight as you can get. Where curls is a little bit different, because you will probably not get it entirely straight, but you just comb everything through so you have a nice base to start with. Alright, now you've done that, we're gonna start out with cutting the top of your hair. And this time I'm not gonna cut too much from the top, but more from the sides, because I think the sides are a bit too long. So I will still take you through it, and hopefully you're gonna understand how you do it and stuff like that. So let's go. So for this, I like to use this part of the comb with like the shorter gaps. Then you can comb everything to the front, get the first middle part, and comb it like that, turn it like this, and grab the hair with your fingers. And now you can go and select. Got it! Now you're gonna select how much you want to cut off the top. Damn, I'm actually exposing my forehead on this. Shit, I didn't think of that. But now you can go and choose how much you want to cut of it. I feel like this is good. Alright, so now it's all flat. You can see. You're gonna still hold it, comb a little bit, and make sure the hairs you cut are in between what you have here. So you're gonna grab this section right here. And now you can see, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but here, the hairs are shorter than here. So this is the length I've cut it, and now I need to cut this to the same length as this. And you're gonna do that for the entire top section, so it's gonna be a little time lapse. Alright, I'm done with cutting the top, and one tip I can give you guys is don't cut off too much in the first try, because you can always cut more later, but you cannot add more head, you know. So if you're starting out, just start out with very little hair that you're going to be cutting, because you can always cut more after you have done the first try, you know. But I don't know if you guys can see it, but this, bro, it is so hot. I'm sweating completely. So if you're going to cut your hair, do it on a day that is not like a heat wave, because you're going to be sweating like crazy. But now we've done with the top, we're going to start out with the back and the sides, because we're going to be doing a taper fade. With a normal fade, you go like completely round, but with a taper fade, you do the back and the sides. And I always like to start out with the back first, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's go. God damn, bro. I'm gonna take a very nice shower after this, because it's crazy hot. Anyway, the thing you start out with is put your clipper on the smallest, what's it called? The smallest size? Pause. But like the thing that it cuts the most head, you know. Then you're gonna go and comb it and put the mirrors that you can see the back of your head, because we're going to be setting the baseline and you need to make sure it's as close to the skin as possible. You can also use the trimmer, but with my clippers I don't got like the most high-end clippers, so if I do it with a trimmer it's going to be a very hard line to get out, so I like to do it with the clipper. And now you're just going to look where you want the fade to start, and that's where you're going to set the baseline. By the way guys, make sure you have good lighting, because normally I do it at a different location, but to film I doing it here, and now I have very bad lighting, so it's hard to see where you set the line. Alright, if you have the baseline, you can put it on the highest the highest distance. Let's just go ahead that. You're gonna go up just a little bit. Now you've done that, you're gonna put it on the sides in the middle of the lowest and the highest. You can put it in the middle and fade out that line you just created. Alright, now we're gonna go into the guards. With the clipper I got, it's a bit hard to tell which guard it is, so you gotta do your research on which clipper you have and then which guards you have. But for me, this is my second guard, from 4 to 6 millimeters. I don't know what y'all got, but make sure you do your research before you pick just a random ass guard. You're gonna put it on like so and put it on the highest distance again. And make sure you guys have that little flick at the end. Now again, also go on the lowest. And to make sure the line is actually gone, I'm going to get rid of this one. I put my smallest guard on and I'm going to set that to the middle level. And I only use the corner of it. And make sure you actually get rid of the hairs that you just cut, otherwise you're going to double cut things you already cut, you know? Alright, and as you can see now, I still got a very big line right here. And we're going to try to get rid of that with a comb. And it's not normal scissors, I think it's thinning shears, I think that's what it's called. You can still have a good cut without this, but to make sure it actually looks good, it's highly recommended you get some thinning shears. So what I do is I just get a bit of the line and just cut one time, and that's how I try to get rid of it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, because I know how to use it, but when you're cutting your own hair, it's way harder to cut your own hair than somebody else's hair. So I try to get my self cuts as good as I can, but it's not gonna look perfect every time, and that's just the truth. So don't expect every self cut to be perfect every time, because it's just a very hard thing and it's hard to master. So you know, try your best, but don't expect it to be perfect every time, okay? But let's go cut right now, because I'm talking too much. Alright, now the bag is done, we're gonna put on the hair clips, so make sure we don't got this hair coming down. We're gonna cut the sides. First things first, put it on the lowest, don't mind the hair, and comb everything down that you wanna cut. So basically now we're gonna do all the same things at the back, make a baseline and fade up. That's basically all. And also a nice tip is actually pull down your skin a little so it's easier to cut. Open up, go up a little, halfway, and get rid of the line. Grab the second guard, open up and make a new section. Close it again. Now come grab the third guard, put it on and open up again and make a new section. Close it. And as you can see, the face is looking already quite good, but just to get it better, we're going to use it thinning shears again. Alright, so this side is done now, and now you just do everything you just did to the other side as well. Alright, now we've done all that, we're gonna grab the trimmer for the last but definitely not least part, because we're gonna set the lines around the ears right here, like the sharp lines you see. We're gonna set that right now, and for that I don't like to use the comb, but I like to use the brush more to like brush down the hairs and make sure it's sharp. So as you can probably see, I'm brushing down the hairs. Alright, and I like to start right here and just make the line go to your ear. And then connect it from this side. Alright, as you guys can see right now, it's looking quite sharp. And the sharp lines are like the most important thing of the haircut, because that's actually gonna make it look like you're actually fresh. So take your time on this, make sure you don't give yourself a pushback, make sure it's straight and it looks good, alright? And now you're doing this side, do it on the other side as well, of course. And if you want, you can also do the little C-cups right here. You don't really see it because I have blonde hair, but I try to do it a little bit so it looks fresh, but you can also not see it, but I still do it, you know? Alright, so this is how the cut turned out. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. Hopefully it's looking good. As I told you, it's not going to be perfect every time, so right now I think it's looking alright, you know. It's not looking bad, but it's looking alright, you know. So can you get yourself fresher do cutting it yourself than going to a barber? I don't think so, because I think a barber can make it look the best as it can, but it's nice to do it yourself. It saves money and it's still looking good, you know. It's not that it's looking bad, it's still looking fresh, but you know, letting it cut by somebody else will probably look just a little bit better. But it's definitely a skill worth learning, because as I told you, it saves a lot of money, and if you do it good, it doesn't look bad. You feel me? So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yo yo.